Good morning. Today I will be doing the problems of exercise 6.5. The last exercise of application of derivative, maxima and minima. In the last two lectures I have discussed the two concepts, the first derivative test and the second derivative test. And first two questions also we have solved. And today I will bring the third question. In the third question we have find the local maxima and the local minima of the given function. There are 8 parts of this questions and the third part is here that h of x is equal to sin x plus cos x, where x belongs to the interval 0 to pi by 2, and you are asked to find the value of local maxima and local minima. Of course, for the solution we will find out first h dash of x. H dash of x is equal to cos x minus sin x. For finding the critical points, right, or for finding their critical points, we'll put for critical points we put h dash of x equal to 0. It means cos x minus sin x is equal to 0. It implies that sin x is equal to cos x. It implies that tan x is equal to 1. It implies that now tan x is equal to 1. Can write tan pi by 4. Okay, any other value? No. In between 0 to pi by 2 we have only pi by 4. That means only pi by 4. X is equal to pi by 4. Therefore we have x is equal to pi by 4 is the critical point. Right? Now we will find out f dash of x. That is s double dash of x is equal to minus sin x minus cos x at x is equal to pi by 4. At x is equal to pi by 4, we will find out h double dash of x at x is equal to pi by 4, and that is equal to minus sin pi by 4 minus cos pi by 4, that is minus 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 minus 2 by root 2, and that is equal to minus root 2, which is less than 0. Now minus root 2 which is less than 0, it means x is equal to is the x is equal to pi by 4 is the point where it has maxima, because here s double dash of x at x equal to pi by 4 is negative, and therefore the point of maxima is pi by 4, and maximum value, its maximum value is h of pi by 4, h of pi by 4, and that is equal to sin pi by 4 plus pi by 4. Sin, we will put the value of h of x. So h of x is sin x plus cos x, and h pi by 4 will be sin pi by 4 plus cos pi by 4. If you put the value, we will be getting 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 is equal to 2 by root 2 is equal to root 2. Right? This is the way to solve the questions. And now I will be doing question number 4th part of this. Fourth part of the question is f of x is equal to sin x minus cos x, sin x minus cos x, and x lie between 0 to 2 pi. Right? F of x is equal to sin x minus cos x. Right? To find the maxima or minima. Right? First of all, we will go for finding the differentiation of this. F dash of x is equal to sin x cos x, and this will become minus and minus becomes plus sin x. For finding critical points, we put f dash of x equal to 0. It implies that cos x plus sin x is equal to 0. It implies that sin x is equal to minus cos x. It implies that tan x is equal to minus 1. Tan x is equal to minus 1. Now this is equal to tan negative. Tan negative is in second quadrant, and the tan is negative in second quadrant and fourth quadrant. In the second quadrant, we will write pi minus pi by 4, and in the fourth quadrant, write tan 2 pi minus pi by 4. It will give you tan pi minus pi by 4 will have 3 pi by 4, and this will have 7 pi by 10, 7 pi by 4. There, because see, the interval here is given 0 to 2 pi. That means the value of x, the critical points we have 3 pi by 4 and 7 pi by 4, which lie in the interval 0 to 2 pi. That means now we have 2 points, critical points, 3 pi by 4 and 7 pi by 4, which lie in the interval 0 to 2 pi. It is given, no? That's why. Because in the previous question I have taken only one value. Because the interval was given 0 to pi by 2. Here the interval is given 0 to 2 pi. That's why we'll have the two value, two critical points. Now at both the critical points we'll find the value of f double dash of x. So now first of all f dash of x is cos x plus sin x. Therefore f double dash of x will have cos x minus sin x plus differential of sin x will be cos x. Now we'll have minus sin x plus cos x. Now we'll find out at x is equal to 3 pi by 4. We will find f double dash of x at x is equal to 3 pi by 4, and that is equal to minus sin 3 pi by 4 plus cos 3 pi by 4. Now minus sin 3 pi by 4 can I write minus sin pi minus pi by 4, and then sin pi minus pi by 4, sin in the second quadrant is positive. That's why here we will have minus 1 by root 2 plus cos 3 pi by 4. I can write cos pi minus pi by 4, and that cos pi minus pi by 4 will have, again in the cos is negative in the second quadrant, in the second quadrant. Therefore we will have minus 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2. That means minus 1 by root 2 and minus 1 by root 2 minus 2 by root 2, and that is equal to minus root 2, and minus root 2 is less than 0. When minus root 2 is less than 0, it means what? At x is equal to 3 pi by 4, the sign of f double dash of x is negative. Therefore it means, it implies that x is equal to 3 pi by 4 is the point of local maxima. X is equal to 3 pi by 4 is the point of local maxima. Okay? And its maximum value is and its maximum value is f of 3 pi by 4. F of 3 pi by 4 is equal to sine 3 pi by 4 minus cos 3 pi by 4. Now sin 3 pi by 4. Sin pi minus pi by 4. In the first quadrant, sin positive. That's why 1 by root 2 minus. In the second quadrant, cos is negative. That's why minus of minus 1 by 4, that is 1 by root 2. And that will give you 2 by root 2, and that is equal to root 2. Right? This is the value of the maximum of the given function. Now, I'll check it at the second point, that is 7 pi by 4. Right? Now, at x is equal to 7 pi by 4, we'll find f double dash of x at x is equal to 7 pi by 4, and that is equal to f double dash of x was minus sin x, that is minus sin 7 pi by 4 plus cos 7 pi by 4. So now tell me, minus sin 7 pi by 4, I can write minus sin 2 pi minus pi by 4 plus cos 2 pi minus pi by 4. Can I write? Now, is equal to minus sin 2 pi minus pi by 4. 2 pi minus 4. It remains sin only, sin pi by 4. And it is in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, sin is negative. That's why it becomes what? Positive, that is plus sin pi by 4 plus cos 2 pi minus pi by 4. Cos 2 pi plus pi by 4 will have what? Cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. That's why we have simple cos pi by 4. And that is 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 is equal to 2 by root 2, and that is equal to root 2, which is greater than 0. Root 2 which is greater than 0. It means f double dash of x is greater than 0 at x is equal to 7 pi by 4. It means what? When it is greater than 0, it implies that point of local minima is x is equal to 7 pi by 4, right? And its minimum value is f of 7 pi by 4. F of 7 pi by 4 is equal to sine 7 pi by 4 minus cos 7 pi by 4. Now again, sin 7 pi by 4, how much will have? Simple sin pi by 4 will get 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 minus cos 7 pi by 4 will have minus 1 by root 2, that will give you 0. That means its minimum value is 0, which exists at x equal to 7 pi by 4. Maximum value is root 2, which exists at x is equal to 3 pi by 4. Sin 7 pi by 4 minus cos 7 pi by 4. Sin 7 pi by 4 is minus 1 by root 2. Here sin 7 pi by 4 due to minus, no, right. So now one thing, minus 1 by root 2, and this is also minus root 2 by minus 2 by root 2, and that is equal to minus root 2, right? Sin pi minus pi by 4, 2 pi minus pi by 4, sin minus sin pi by 4. So here already minus 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2, it will give you minus root 2, which is less than, which is the minimum value, right? Now see the next question. That means the minimum value of this function is minus root 2. Now the question number 5th. Third question, 5th part. F of x f of x is equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 15. Right? We have f dash of x is equal to 3x square minus 12x plus 9. For finding critical points, we put f dash of x is equal to 0. It means 3x square minus 12x plus 9 equal to 0. Can I write 3x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0? That means now 3 x square minus x minus 3x plus 3 equal to 0. 3 x minus 1 minus 3 x minus 1 equal to 0. That means 3 in bracket x minus 1 x minus 3 equal to 0. That is, now we have two critical points, that is x is equal to 1 and 3. Right? Now we'll find out f dash of x, double dash of x. F double dash of x will have 6x minus 12. X is equal to 1 and 3 and f double dash of x is 6x minus 12. Now we'll find out the sign of f dash of x at x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3, and we'll check whether it is positive or negative. Right? Now at x is equal to 1, f double dash of x is equal to 6x minus 12, and therefore f double dash of x at x is equal to 1 is equal to 6 into 1 minus 12 is equal to minus 6, which is less than 0. At x is equal to 1, it is less than 0. It implies that x is equal to 1 is the point of local maxima. Clear? And its maximum value is f of 1, and f of 1 is equal to 1 minus 6 plus 9 plus 15. That is now 15, 20, 16, 25 minus 16. Is equal to 19. Right? Now we'll check it at x equal to 3. At x is equal to 3, f double dash of x at x is equal to 3, and that is equal to 6. X minus 12 is equal to 6 into 3 minus 12, 18 minus 12, 6 is equal to 0. It means, it implies that x is equal to 3 is the point of local minima, right? And its minimum value is f of 3, and that is equal to 3 to the power cube minus 6 into 3 square plus 9 into 3 plus 15. That is now 27 minus 54 plus 27 plus 15, and that is equal to 15. That means its minimum value is 15. X is equal to 3, minimum value is 15 at x is equal to 3, and the maximum value is 19, which occurs at x is equal to 1. Right? This was fifth. Now we'll have the sixth and seventh part. Let me do that sixth part also. Right? By the way, I hope and I wish that you should do the rest of the parts yourself. because the I think almost 5 parts. Okay, one more part I'll do, that is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Let me see how many parts are there. There are 8 parts. 5th I have done. Now I'll go for 7th one. Right? All these questions have the same concept. 7th one. 7th part, the given function is g of x is equal to 1 upon x square plus 2. G of x is equal to 1 upon x square plus 2. Right? Now first of all we'll find out g dash of x. G dash of x will have differentiation of 1 is 0 into x square plus 2 minus 1 into differentiation of x square plus 2 will have 2x upon x square plus 2 whole square, and that is equal to minus 2x upon x square plus 2 whole square. Can I write? Just I have applied the quotient rule, isn't it? So now for finding critical points, g dash of x equal to 0, and it implies that minus 2x upon x square plus 2 whole square equal to 0, it implies that x is equal to 0. Because you have got one and only one point on which I have to check its maxima or minima, and that is x equal to 0. Right? So now we'll find out the double differentiation. Now g double dash of x is equal to differentiation of minus 2x is minus 2 into x square plus 2 whole square minus 2x, it becomes 2x into differentiation of x square plus 2 whole square. Can I write 2 into x square plus 2 into 2x whole divided by x square plus 2 to the power 4 whole square. This will have g double dash of x is equal to minus 2x square plus 2 whole square plus 2 to the 4 to the 8 x square in x square plus 2, 2 to the 4 to the 8 x into x square plus 2 upon x square plus 2 whole to the power 4. Isn't it? So now we'll find out g dash of x at x equal to 0. Okay, now instead of solving further, I can solve it further also, because here x square by plus 2 whole square, x square plus 2 I can take common and I can put the value. But instead of that, put the value x equal to 0. I will find out now. At x equal to 0, g double dash of x at x is equal to 0 will have minus 2 into 0, 0 plus 2 whole square, 0 plus 2 whole square plus 8 into 0 whole square, 0 plus 2 whole divided by 0 plus 2 to the power 4. That means minus 2 into 2a square, minus 8 and 0, and here 2, 4 is 16, minus 1 by 2 is equal to minus 0.5, which is less than 0. That is sufficient. So now g double dash of x is negative at x equal to 0. It means x is equal to 0 is the point of local maxima. Is the point of local maxima. Right? Therefore, x is equal to 0 is the point of local maxima and its maximum value is g of 0, and therefore g of 0 is equal to 1 upon 0 plus 2 is equal to 1 by 2. Its maximum value is 1 upon 2 and which occurs at x is equal to 0. Right? Now the eighth question, eighth part is f of x equal to x under root 1 minus x. But I hope that you all can do this question. Okay. Now I will be discussing question number 4. Question number 4, it is given that prove that the following functions do not have maxima or minima, and that is equal to, first function is f of x is equal to e to the power x. When f of x is equal to e to the power x, f dash of x is equal to e to the power x. When I put f dash of x equal to 0, we don't have any value for which e to the power x is equal to 0. There is no x belongs to the real number r for which e to the power x is equal to 0. If I put e to the power 0, then also it becomes 1. That means there is no value of x, isn't it, for which f dash of x is equal to 0. That means we don't have the point at which we can check whether it has local maxima or local minima. That means we don't have the extreme point, we don't have the critical points. And when we don't have the extreme points, we cannot find its local maxima or local minima. That's why. Now what I'll write, f dash of x is equal to e to the power x, and there is no value, there is no point at which there exists no point for which f dash of x equal to 0, because f dash of x equal to what? E to the power x, and e to the power x cannot be and never it will be equal to 0. Hence the given function, hence that is this function doesn't have the point, the critical point, and therefore I can write therefore hence the result. When what they asking the where it doesn't have, yes, hence the given function doesn't have, hence it does not have maxima or minima. Same thing, same way I tried for the second part also. In the second function we have f of x or g of x is equal to log x. G of x is equal to log x. G of x is equal to log x. Now tell me, g dash of x is equal to 1 by x, and we know that g dash of x is equal to 1 by x, and I cannot here put x equal to 0. Why? Because log of 0, log is not defined for the number which is negative, first thing, and here g of x equal to 1 by x, because log x is defined for a positive number x. Log x is defined for the positive as log x is defined for x greater than 0, or I can say x greater than equal to 0, because log 0 is already 0. Therefore now log x is defined for a positive number x greater than 0, and therefore I can say that g dash of x is equal to also greater than 0, is greater than 0 for any x, because I have taken x from here. So now there is no value, again we don't have any critical point for any x, right? It is not equal to 0, isn't it? That's why what we can say now, that the given function g of x doesn't have maxima or minima. That means there exists no, same thing we'll write here, therefore there exists no any point x among the whole real number r for which g dash of x equal to 0. It cannot be, never. And therefore g dash of x is greater than 0 for any x, and therefore there exists no point or no value of x for which g dash of x equal to 0. That means we cannot find out the critical points, and when we are not able to find out the critical points, when we are not able to find out the extreme points, how will find out its maxima or minima? And hence it does not have maxima or minima, right? Now the third one, the third part of the question is h of x is equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. Okay, so now h dash of x will have 3x square plus 2x plus 1. S dash of x is equal to 3x square plus 2x plus 1. If I put s dash of x equal to 0, then can I have some value of x? Let us see the value of x. Suppose I have to find the value of x for this equation. I write it x is equal to, say, 3 into 1, 3, and 3 minus 1, 2. We cannot have the proper factor for this. We will go for the quadratic formula. Then x will be minus 2 plus minus under root b square, that is 2 whole square, minus 4ac, 12 by 2 into 3. That means x is equal to minus 2 plus minus under root minus 8 upon 6. Minus 2 plus minus under root minus 8 upon 6. Right, which is not at all defined for any real value of x. That means again we don't have any real value of x for which h dash of x will be equal to 0. That means same thing. Again, I am not able to find out its extreme points, and hence I will write the same region, and therefore this function or it doesn't have maxima or minima. Right? This is the way we have done. Okay. Now, question number 5th. See, till now I have discussed and we have tried to find out the maxima or minima, local maxima or local minima. You also know that there can be more than one point of maxima and there can be more than one point of minima. Right. Now, this is the question 5th. We are discussing and we will be discussing for finding the critical points and finding the absolute maxima and absolute minima. In the question number 5 we have, find the absolute maximum value and absolute minimum value of the following functions in the given intervals. Question number 5. In the first part we have f of x is equal to x cube. F of x is equal to x cube. F of x is equal to x cube and x belongs to minus 2 to 2. This is the question. Now, if you remember, when I was discussing the absolute maxima and absolute minima, I said that absolute maxima and minima we can find out only when the proper interval is given to us, isn't it? That's why almost whenever it is asked to find out the absolute maxima or absolute minima, of course the interval will be given. Here interval is minus 2 to 2, right? And f of x equal to x cube. Now see the solution. F of x is equal to x cube. F dash of x is equal to 3x square, right? Now to find out the critical points, for critical points 3x square equal to 0, it implies that x is equal to 0. That is, now we have 3 points on which or at which I have to check whether this function attains the maximum value or minimum value, and these points are 0, minus 2 and 2. No need to find out f double dash of x whenever we are asked to find the absolute maxima or absolute minima. Clear? So now for a point of maxima or minima, that critical point we have got, and that critical point is 0. Now we evaluate the value of f. Now we will not find out the f double dash of x, no need to find out, because f double dash of x is the point where we check whether it has maxima or minima. But since we have to find out the absolute maxima or absolute minima, and when absolute maxima or minima is there, of course it can lie on 0 or minus 2. That means I have to check at all the points. That's why now we evaluate the value of f of x at x is equal to 0, minus 2 and 2 on all the 3 values. That is, now we find f of x is equal to x cube, therefore f of 0 equal to 0, f of minus 2 is equal to minus 2 to the power 3 minus 8, and f of 2 is equal to 2 cube is equal to 8. That is what? It has the minimum value, absolute minimum value is minus 8 and absolute maximum value is 8. That's why absolute maximum value is equal to 8 and absolute minimum value is equal to minus 8, and that is the answer. That means whenever we are asked to find out the absolute maxima or absolute minima, we no need to find out f double dash, no use of that. Don't differentiate second time. Just find out the critical points and use that critical points to find the value of that given function at that critical points and at the given interval. Suppose I am getting 2 values. Suppose I will be going for the another question, right? Then we will see that. Right? Now the second part. Second part we have f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. F of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. and that interval is given 0 to pi. Yes, x belongs to 0 to pi. X belongs to 0 to pi. Right? Okay. Now, f dash of x is equal to differential of sin x is cos x minus sin x. For finding the critical points, we know that f dash of x equal to 0. It implies that cos x minus sin x is equal to 0. It implies that sin x is equal to cos x. It implies that tan x is equal to 1. It implies that tan pi by 4. Right? Can I have some other value? No. Why? Because if I go for another value, tan is positive. Tan is positive in first and third quadrant. The first quadrant, the value I have written 10 pi by 4. If I go for third quadrant, it doesn't allow the interval. That's why only one value I will take, that x is equal to pi by 4. That means we have x is equal to pi by 4. That means now we evaluate the f of x at x is equal to 0, pi by 4 and pi. At 3 value we will check. Now come on. F of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. Therefore, f of 0 is equal to sin 0 plus cos 0 is equal to 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. F of pi by 4 is equal to sin pi by 4 plus cos pi by 4, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 2 by root 2 is equal to root 2, and f of pi sin pi plus cos pi. Sin 180 0, cos 180 minus 1 minus 1. That means what? The minimum value is minus 1 and the maximum value is root 2. Fine. Therefore, what we can say that f of 0 is 1, f of pi by 4 is root 2 and f of pi is minus 1. Therefore, absolute maximum value is root 2 at x equal to pi by 4 and the absolute minimum value is minus 1 at x equal to pi. And that will write the answer. Okay. Similarly, we will go for the third part of the question also, and that is f of x is equal to 4x minus x square by 2, and the fourth one is f of x is equal to x minus 1 whole square plus 3. And now the second two parts I will not solve, and I wish that you should solve it. This was still question number 5 for this lesson. In the next class, I will go for the another part of this question, because see, almost the concept is over, and how to find out local maxima, local minima, absolute maxima and absolute minima, that part is over. Now simply we have to deal with the different kind of questions, and it's very very important when we will discuss and discussing with the word problems. In the meantime, whatever has been taught, please go through it, and if you have any difficulty, you are free to share with me. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.